I saw texts from my girlfriend to her girls group chat saying she has a crush on her boss and, too bad I can't do anything about it because he's my boss. Am I wrong to interpret this as, if he wasn't my boss, I'd have slept with him? My GF, 45F, is a very good-looking, successful woman. She was laid off from her job due to downsizing and changed her LinkedIn profile to be viewable to employers seeking prospects. A C-level leader of a massive company reached out to her and basically hired her for a high-level position without even talking to her. They are around the same age. Big positions in corporate America don't come easy, so I thought it was a little odd. Definitely plausible, but it made me curious about what his real intentions might be, as she's told me before that professional men have made connections with her on LinkedIn only to have ulterior motives. Fast forward to her being on board for a month, and nothing stands out as him having other intentions, so all good there, so far. My GF and I were in a fight, and during our time not talking for a few days, she texted her girlfriend's group chat, verbatim, "It's too bad my boss is my boss, I kinda have a crush on him." I don't remember her girlfriend's response, but her text after that was, "Too bad I can't do anything about it, as they say, don't shit where you eat." Me already wondering if he had an ulterior motive, along with her telling her friends she has a crush on him, is obviously making me insecure and uncomfortable. I realize some crushes are innocent, but the timing, while we were fighting, and the wording behind her text shook me a bit. Knowing she's at work all day interacting with the person she has a crush on is probably going to eat away at me. Am I overreacting by taking the "too bad I can't do anything about it" and interpreting it as basically saying, if he wasn't my boss, I'd have slept with him? How would you deal with this situation? Relevant comments. Comment, how do you know what she texted? Maybe snooping is why she is mad. And rightly so. OP, no, it's not. She has 2 friends that are married serial cheaters, those are her words, not mine, and she planned a girls' trip with them to Miami. A girls' trip with serial cheaters to a nightlife destination isn't something someone in a committed relationship does without at least asking their partner's thoughts about it first. I called her out on it, and that's what started our initial argument. That situation would leave most guys uneasy, at the bare minimum. The trip is what brought about the something ain't right feeling and led to my snooping around. Turns out my gut was right, and my snooping was justified. Comment, if she tries to blame you for snooping, just tell her one issue at a time, then say, let's focus on you saying you would sleep with your boss if you weren't working for him. OP, yeah, I don't think I'm even going to give her the chance to engage in a conversation about it. I'm just going to tell her I know what she said, that it's a deal breaker, we're done, and then block her. Update, over the last few days, I acted like everything was cool, I could probably win an Oscar for how well I pulled it off. Today was her first day back in the office with her boss since this came up. I waited until this morning, before I knew she'd be leaving for work, to let her know that I knew exactly what she told her girls. I gave her a small piece of my mind, let her know I had just removed and blocked her from everything, and that the second I sent the text, I'd be blocking her phone too, so not to even bother replying. That was the end of it. I was pretty tense in the moments leading up to it but felt relieved when I sent the text since I didn't have to pretend that everything was okay anymore. Relevant comments. Comment, the company they keep says a lot about a person. OP, 100%, I told her that too in the final text, that the cliché birds of a feather flock together is true, and that she's no different than her cheater friends. The crazy part is, while we had one of her cheater friends at our house one night, she was telling her friend that what she was doing wasn't right, and that she should get a divorce, etc. She'd always say how messed up they were. Literally the biggest hypocrite ever. Comment, but why couldn't you talk to her in person? OP, simply because she didn't deserve it. Comment, good on you. I was wondering how you knew what she said in her friend's group chat, though, I didn't see anything in the last post. If you snooped on her phone, I totally get it, just curious. OP, her 2 girlfriends are both married and serial cheaters. She told me she was going to go on a girls' trip to Miami, and I told her I wasn't comfortable with it because of her friends combined with the destination. That caused a huge fight. We tried to make up, but it was still weighing on me. My GF's daughter had her iPad, watching movies, and got distracted, leaving the iPad going with her show still on, and her girlfriend group chat was popping up messages. I couldn't help myself. I figured her girlfriends were talking shit because, of course, I'm the bad guy for saying I'm not comfortable with the girls' trip. Instead, the first thing I see is her telling her friends about her boss. I wasn't even on it for maybe 5 seconds. Makes me wonder what else I would have seen if I kept looking, but at the end of the day, my discomfort with the girls' trip was completely validated when I saw the text about her boss. Comment, and a kid, damn. OP, right? 45 with a 1.5-year-old kid. I loved her kid too, but she's gonna have a rough time out there. Hopefully, she realizes she isn't relationship material and doesn't pretend to want a relationship with someone else again.